Hello, this is not a spring chicken. I'm here yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Or actually, Oldecam is here yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But I'm on a family vacation, so I think. Anyway, did you notice this? This is the same swimsuit that you just saw, probably yesterday. But there's something a little bit different as this one's reversible. So, thank you, Venice Beach, because fortunately there you can get it custom made. But did you notice? Oh, wait a minute. We can only do that here because you can't actually wear this on Venice Beach.
But today, U.S. rejects Russia's bias charges. Yeah, that's right before they decided to end all ties to NATO because they're basically flexing their muscle again, folks. Sarkozy visits Afghanistan to honor 10 fallen French soldiers. You know, that's something very special. Minority disabled students more likely to be paddled. Well, basically, if you were bad, you got paddled unless you were very wealthy, and the very wealthy basically didn't go to our schools anyway. Family claims United Airlines lost their 10-year-old daughter. Well, when don't airlines lose things? You know, what's new about that? McCain and Obama to halt attacking one another on September 11th. But Obama, because Obama is now officially trailing in the polls, I guess calling him, anointing him President of the United States in July was not really good for the polls. He's going to continue to campaign on that day, though he's just not going to be as nasty about it. NASA to fix moonship shaking with supersized shock absorbers. Well, that basically works on everything. Here's the good one: a threat from Obama to McCain. McCain doesn't know what he's up against. Well, yes, he does. He knows exactly what he's up against. He's up against a man representing the best of the Democratic Party's principles. So it's that way it's been for years. Armed 85-year-old woman makes intruder call cops. Well, since her hands were full at the moment, protecting herself from the intruder, she had to have him call the cops. Here's one. Roger Moore's memoir, Being Bond, was sometimes scary. Well, yeah, because I remember talking to Pierce Brosnan, and Pierce Brosnan was wondering why several of the other Bonds were there watching him do the first stunt. And after he did it and nearly killed himself, they explained to him, well, because they put all of the dangerous stuff up front, because if anything happens to you, they collect insurance and don't have to even make the movie. So it's being James Bond is not a really safe job. That's maybe another reason why they like to have young Bonds versus ones that are 50 years old and older, because they bend a lot better. Large U.S. bank claps ahead, says ex-international money fund economist. Well, yeah, I mean they think that maybe that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are both going down the toilets right now. And I think possibly Citibank could be going the same way. Yeah, here's one that basically everybody knew was going to be. The Bigfoot, what everybody was talking about, was just a rubber gorilla suit frozen in water. I mean, I don't know how you thought you'd get away with that little job. Ralph Nader predicts Obama will have to pick Hillary Clinton as his running mate. Okay, look at it this way. Hillary Clinton has got a night to speak. Following the vice presidential nomination is going to be Bill Clinton, and who do you want to put in front of Bill Clinton other than Hillary Clinton? Democratic convention is to highlight real people. Well, we were supposed to be going to the Democratic National Convention. We were promised that we would be able to do interviews and such, and mainly because Mr. Obama isn't doing as well, they basically pulled back on a lot of what they said they were going to do. So real people, meaning real people that support Obama, not real people that are actually out there in the world. Obama faces new criticism on abortion. Basically, it's a no-win situation for Mr. Obama, because if he goes to the middle, the people on the left will eat him up, and he's stuck with it. He's stuck with a Democratic Party position. Some eBay sellers are frustrated with rule changes. Well, because the rule changes are going to make it easier for some people to sell and harder for others, and the people that makes it harder for sale are the ones that are not happy. This one I never understand. Intel unveils new chip designed to challenge AMD. AMD is a company that is going down the drain. I mean, things couldn't possibly be much worse than what they are for AMD at the moment. So you want to copy a company that's folding? Then another one. Here's what Apple releases fix for iPhone 3G connective woes. Well, they shouldn't have got to that point. They knew there was a problem from earlier testing and should have corrected it long before it happened, but unfortunately they chose to ignore it. Court gives green light. I love this one. Boobs on bikes parade. Basically, this is in New Zealand. They're letting porno stars ride topless down the street in a parade. Well, I mean, basically, they go topless on the beaches all the time, so it's not a big deal down, anywhere else in the world except this country. Now, we already know about this one, though, because it's big news everywhere, that McCain catches Obama in the new poll. Actually, he's not only caught him, he's 5 points ahead in the Reuters poll, and he is statistically tied in virtually every other poll. And that's not a good place to be the week before your convention takes place, because you should be way ahead, and then a balance push even further ahead. But unfortunately, a lot of what Mr. Obama's had to say recently, and the fact that he was basically surfing while the problem with Russia and Georgia was going on, didn't help him a lot. And now here's the more or less the sad side of news. Christina Applegate has a double mastectomy, and she says she's 100% cancer free. Basically, you can I know personally you can never be 100% cancer free, and the only reason to have a double mastectomy at her age is because it probably was a lot more serious than what she was telling people, and she had no other choice but to try to stop it before it got any further. And then, there's one that we all knew was going to happen too. Obama's advertising campaign turns nasty. Well, he's trailing in polls, he's tied in other polls, so what are you going to do but turn nasty? I mean, he has to get people to stop thinking of things positive about McCain and think about him, but see, the problem is, they are already thinking too much about him. I mean, we've got people on the evangelistic side calling him the chosen one, the return of the of God's son to this planet. You have the other press making him a rock and roll diva, so he doesn't need the extra press. This one, I might understand this one. Hewlett Packard's printing business struggles. I mean, I have a Hewlett Packard printer sitting next to me, and I cannot get half the things to work on the printer right now. So, they should be a slam dunk because there's a lot of Hewlett Packard printers out there, but unfortunately, if you can't get them to function the way they're supposed to function, you're not going to sell as many as you would want. And here's one that's, a really brilliant Mustafa, exit in Pakistan is a step towards democracy. No, because it's put a lot of fundamental Muslims in control of Pakistan now. And fundamental Muslims on the nuclear switch, and they don't like the Indians, and the Indians don't like them, could basically lead to a minor nuclear war. And another one, this is from the Christian right, which, basically why, the Christian right is as bad as the liberal left. They blame rape of women because too many women are wearing miniskirts. Well, yeah, that has nothing to do with it. Bad guys do bad things. It has nothing to do with what a woman maybe, just because a woman looks hot, there's no reason to jump on her, folks. And here's one. An agreement on drilling doesn't mean action. Mainly the Democrats are saying it's all right to have a vote. But I went by a thing today, basically, when I was out stretching my ankles. Basically, the area I live in has oil wells around it, and they've got signs up, stop the oil drilling, don't allow it, this and that and that. Basically it's, we want the oil, we want wells drilled. We just don't want well drills anywhere where we are. And Google has announced the availability of the first Android now. Basically, I've seen the Android in action. It is a really neat cell phone, but I think, if I'm right, AT&T is going to be carrying it this fall. And then another one, what's the report on this yesterday? Toshiba may be down, but certainly wasn't out of the DVD mix with their brand new, the unit I reported on yesterday. The problem is they're getting bad-mouthed by an awful lot of people in the industry. So, they've got a Moneyball as the marksman of the animal kingdom, which basically sort of fits the Democratic candidates lately. Bad losers never win, but they will continue to tell everyone how they were cheated. So hope